Welcome to the Engerati studio. We are located at the Asian Utility Week in Bangkok, and in the studio with us we have Dr. Sukanta Kumar, Jena, and he is the head of the China, Hong Kong and Southeast Asia region for Cyient. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Enjoying the conference?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
This is one of the largest conference in Southeast Asia. And we met almost more than 2,000 people over the last 2 days.
Fantastic.
It has been very fantastic time.
That's very good.
Sure,
to
yeah,
hear.
yeah.
And please give us a background of your company and what projects you've been involved in around the globe.
Yeah, Cyient is one of the largest engineering companies. So we are a bit different from all the IT companies you see. So we are a global engineering company, and designing tomorrow together is our vision, and we work with customers like Boeing, Airbus and Bombardier and so on, so like Transocean, and we work different segment like aerospace, transportation, oil and gas, marine, utilities and communication. So we are very strong in US, supporting AT&T kind of customer for communication, and in Europe, we are supporting almost many large engineering companies, and around 14,000 engineers supporting from 38 global locations, and yeah, that's where we are, and we are supporting many large utilities worldwide, and this is a utility week.
Tell me about those projects that you've done recently, and particularly the ones that you think you could take those learnings from those successful projects and bring it to this Southeast Asia region.
Yeah. So what we should focus more on, like, because it is Asian Utility Week, we will focus on utility projects.
Please.
So if we see, like, we are global leaders in some of the project in Southern California edition, American Electric Power, and variety of large electric company in Europe and London, and so some of the project in Australia like SPOSNet, City Power, Power Core, in Southeast Asia like Tenaga National Berhad, Singapore Power, Meralco, and EVN, TEPCO in Japan. So we are very widespread in utilities. So primarily we are the system implementer. We are we bring in different data from different sources, different systems, integrate to them to one platform, and present to users the way they want. So that is where we are playing a larger role in terms of data analytics.
Right.
So we are the implementer of GIS, OMS, outage management system, ADMS, the advanced distribution management system, so and so. And here we have been over last couple of years we have been involved in lot of AMI project, which is the next trend actually.
Yes.
Smart city projects, smart grid projects. So if you see all the project in this region, we have been working as a system integrator, starting with Meralco. The first AMI project happened, we were the system integrator, and TNB, the AMI project currently going on in Malacca and Putrajaya, we are the system integrator. So like that we are doing a lot of activity in TEPCO, Japan, and other places like Singapore Power and all.
Right.
So yeah.
What opportunities are you seeing in the Southeast Asia region now?
Yeah, very good question actually, because many of our colleagues, friends, they discuss about the opportunities in Southeast Asia, whether because it's easy to do business in Europe or US, or for that matter Australia and New Zealand. So it's a lot of challenge in Southeast Asia, but I have seen a lot of opportunity here, because if you consider the smart grid project or AMI project, there are a lot of investment has already happened in US and Australia. Right. So but the opportunities are here because the projects are coming up here. Yeah. And if you see the TNB has already declared 8.5 million meters. Right. So it's going to be very huge if we refer back to all the previous utility smart grid or AMI project rollout in US or Australia. This kind of number, it's first time in the world. So that's where actually the opportunity is. Right. So yeah.
Can I just go back? You mentioned challenges. What are those challenges in this region?
Yes, challenges are there. Challenges are there because every country is unique, and there are a lot of countries. Everywhere there is a unique language, and you have to talk, partner with local people. All the tenders, all the utilities are government linked companies, so you will have to go through tenders, and tender has certain criteria that you have to involve local partners, and certain share of the business has to go to local partners. So there are challenges, but the good part is the utilities are thinking about those challenges, because these projects are going to be very big, and with all these criteria or conditions, these big projects are not going to happen. So utilities are doing brainstorming on those, and they are coming up with, they are opening up. So which is a good trend in Southeast Asia.
How are they making it easier? Are there incentives in place? Is there, as far as legislation and regulation is concerned, are they making that a bit easier for companies to come in and do business?
Yes. Like if I see that, for that matter, TNB, where we are spending a lot of, or we are watching them very closely, or we are trying to understand what is happening on daily basis at TNB. We see that every week they are coming up, discussing with regulatory body, discussing with the procurement team, discussing internally at top management level, that what are the new rules or regulations should come to make this procurement process or engaging partner easy. So now they are talking about bringing partners from industry, irrespective of nationality or irrespective of so that those are the good sign of this kind of large implementation. So so I can say that all the utilities will work in a different way altogether at this point of time.
What is your strategy for the next, say, 5 years?
We are actually putting all our strength and focus on Southeast Asia, especially customers like Tenaga National, Singapore Power, where actually people understand that the need of such large volume projects. So we are actually putting a lot of effort on investing. So now it is the time of investment behind these utilities, and talk about TNB. We have a smart grid test bed where we have signed a MOU with TNB Research, one of the University of TNB, which is a subsidiary of TNB, where we have signed a MOU to develop a smart grid test bed, and we are collaborating and doing this kind of investment in other part of the world as well as other part of Southeast Asia. So these are the learning, or these test pilots or POCs will give a good background to those kind of larger opportunities. So that is what is the strategy. It is not always we think about business, we also need to give back to the industry. So that is what we are doing at this point of time.
That sounds very exciting. I've got one last question for you.
Sure.
We've come to the end now of the event. As you step away from it, what would your advice be to the utilities in the region, and perhaps to the government?
Yes, if you again government, because every country has their own government, and the way they function is completely different from each other, from the neighboring countries. But in terms of utilities or going making them smart, so what I will recommend is utilities and government should come together and think about making citizens' life easier. So we should not bring some technology which will make citizens' life complicated. So that is the point number one. My advice, that when we plan such kind of large project, we should think about what comfort we are giving to customers, the citizens. The second thing is, if we are talking about this large scale project, then we will have to come out from of all the traditional business. So we will have to think about how we do in other parts of the world, how we make these kind of projects successful. So that
bringing the learnings across and
learning across, and if some recommendation says that you have to abolish this rules and regulation and bring in a new rule, then do that. Yeah.
That's sound advice.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It's all the time that we have, unfortunately, but thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the interview as much as I did. And if you have a look on our website, you will be able to click on a whole bunch of other interviews where we have spoken to utilities and vendors alike.
Thank you.